CU Snaps, and this is Milestone 4, Financial Projections.
We're going to talk a little bit about our startup costs. First, there's the cost of becoming an LLC, which is $500. Next, we thought it would be prudent to invest in some business cards from Vistaprint.com, which we could get 250 of those for $15. Next, we also thought it would be good to invest in a custom banner for tabling, which would be good for getting the word out, posting up in the UC and other various locations. We could get that from Vistaprint also for $30. Next, we have our inventory, which we'll be purchasing through wholesalehats.com with an initial order of 12 dozen hats. Here we have options. We could do 5 to 12 dozen hats with the custom embroidery for $8.93, or we could ramp up our purchasing and go for 13 plus dozen hats for a lower cost of $7.95 with the custom embroidery. Next, we also thought it would be wise to invest in QuickBooks to keep good financial records and accounting records, which would cost $500 also. Next, we also need a PC with Photoshop to actually make the designs for the hats, which we priced at roughly $1,500, which could vary depending on the model of the PC. But this is close to the right amount. Next, and lastly, we have our business phone and contract, which would cost around $360 with the line included, giving us a total of $4,190.92 for our total startup costs. Okay, next we're going to move on and go into our funding strategies. We're going to first promote donations from the alumni, students, and the faculty through various channels such as email, Facebook, and phone calls. We also have other options, including events like raffles, which we could offer prizes like gift cards for, which would be very attractive to college students for a simple donation of money. Anything is appreciated. Our other options include collaborating with clubs and organizations on campus to raise awareness. We could also we already have set up a crowdfunding page on Indiegogo in which people could donate a small amount here and there to help fund our business idea. We also are planning to personally invest roughly $1,000 each into our business for the startup. One other big option we have is the Clark Eureka competition run by the Innovation and Entrepreneurship Department, with the potential to win up to $3,000 to help raise funds for our business. Tabling, Meg's going to talk a little bit more about that in the marketing and sales strategy. We also set up a crowdfunding page for our business through Indiegogo, which would be a great way to raise funds. Even on a minuscule level, anything is appreciated. We also plan to personally invest, each of us, $1,000 out of our own pockets to fund the business. And then there's also the option of the Clark Eureka competition, which gives us the potential to win up to $3,000 in cash for our business.
Into this, and we plan to get $1,594 back gross profit. For the second year, we want to get 17 dozen hats, and for the third year, we want to get 24 dozen hats. It takes about roughly half the order each time to make back the investment. And if we look at our yearly expenses, we're going to be paying $200 for repairs and maintenance, $360 for a phone contract, and $30 a year for advertising, which comes out to $590. So when we look at the net profit for each year, for each of the first 3 years, we'll see that we have the opportunity to make a total of $5,721 of net profit in the first 3 years, which actually ends up being $1,500 or so more than what we initially invested into the company.
Next, we have the cash flow statement, which indicates the amount of money flowing through our business over 3 years. We chose to start our business with an extra $1,000 for emergency. This $1,000 can be used to cover any unforeseen additional expenses. Going back to our cash flow statement, our financial projections show that $6,812 will be left over at the end of the 3 years. This is roughly $1,500 more than our initial investment. It is important to keep in mind that this projection does not include the costs, such as hats, phone bill, and the maintenance fee, for another year of running the business. This number looks slightly different if we choose to include a 4th year. Assuming it costs the same amount of money to run the business as it did the prior year, we will have roughly $4,000 in the bank and be planning to make just under $3,000 more. Now for the balance sheet. Assuming we raise all of our startup costs by May 1st of this year, we plan to spend all but $1,000 of the cash to acquire assets such as a computer, a telephone, the LLC label, QuickBooks, Photoshop, a few other things, and finally, our first dozen hats. These assets immediately become property of the business, and therefore they become a liability for us as investors. This totals $4,851. Now, if we look at another point in time, 3 years later, on May 1st, 2018, our assets include $6,812 in cash, $2,000 of computer equipment, and $5,650 for other assets. This totals out to be $9,377 in assets. The business liabilities are equal to its assets. As such, the business owes $3,656 in accounts payable and $5,721 in retained earnings.
We wanted to take a second to talk about the marketing and sales strategy for CU Snaps. Because of our limited target market, which mostly relies on students, undergraduate and graduate students that are on campus, we're going to rely on word of mouth through students and through ourselves promoting our product. Also, with our target market, there are a lot of people who work and are on social media, so we're going to maximize on that through uses of Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to really get the word out there about our product. Another thing that we thought that would be helpful is to possibly put some flyers around campus. It would be quite easy to get the campus to approve a sign that we could post around campus, which could advertise for the CU Snaps snapbacks. Also, in order to sell our product, we're going to be focusing on selling it on campus. We're going to be setting up a table, and that's why we're going to buy our banner, and that's why that's listed in our startup cost. So we're going to have a banner that we're going to be able to put next to the table, and also give out business cards that have our number on them so that students can call us if they're interested in buying a product. So we're going to be setting up this table in the campus green, on Red Square, or also we're going to be supporting local events on campus from organizations and student-run clubs. For example, we're thinking about Hip Hop Collabo has a show every fall and spring, and we're hoping to set up a table to not only support their event, but also get that target market of students and offer them our product, which would not only support Clark programs, but also bring school spirit through our snapback hats. The basis of our sales and marketing strategy is through our social media platform. We feel that our target market is really linked to social media, and that it'd be something that we could really maximize on. And it also doesn't cost any money, so this could really help us be able to keep our starting costs low. First of all, to kind of to market our snapback, we're going to use an Instagram campaign using the hashtag CUSnap. We're going to start off with our prototypes and bringing them around to people on campus that are influential, such as David Angel, people in Clark Athletics, and other student organizations and clubs, just people that you see a lot on campus, or influential community members, and take pictures with them in specific places that are Clark-based, and post them on our Instagram account to really get to get the message out that our hats are not only something that's really cool to wear, but also that influential people within the community are also participating in and wanting to be a part of. We're also going to start using and featuring those who buy our hats if they use the CU Snap and post Snap hashtag and post it on Instagram. We're also going to have our Facebook page, which is going to document a lot of our business and what's going on in order for our community members to understand where we're going to be at and where we're going to be selling our product. Again, like I mentioned before, we're going to be attending events within the Clark community, so students can look to our Facebook page to see which events we will be attending and at what times, so that they can come to purchase our snapbacks. Again, it says on our PowerPoint that we'll set up our booths at other times that are not at community events, and so we'd be able to communicate that through our Facebook page. Finally, we can feature pictures from the Instagram hashtag to market the hat on our Facebook, and also give updates about new potential designs and get some feedback and some target market research on what students are looking for and what we can provide for them. Finally, we don't really see a need for a Twitter account, but if there is, if this is something that students are interested in, that was easier to access than the Facebook account to communicate where we are going to be and also to market our product, we can also supplement that in, but at this time we don't feel that it is extremely necessary for our product.
CU Snap